So this is the capstone project of the Python, AI and Robotics Bootcamp by STEMpedia. Enjoy the camp and I hope to use some of the activities when I'm going around to schools, getting them interested in AI. So for the capstone project, what I decided to do is a sign language program where you put up, let's say your hand, and it would then tell you what sign that was. So this is an L and this is a H. So what would happen is we'd use text to speech then to tell you what sign it was. So I, as part of the project, I decided to use the hand pose that we did in the module. But what happened there was that every time I did it, it would say that the last class, whatever, let's say I had 4 classes, it would say the last class didn't have enough samples in it. And I tried this several times, but I couldn't get over that hurdle that every time I did a hand pose section, when I trained the model, it would always say that the last class didn't have enough samples in it. So I decided to change and went with an image classifier. So I did up images in that, and that worked. I decided also, instead of using Python with the image classifier, which I had an issue with the machine learning part, in that it would say that when I actually used the Python part, it would say that CV2 wouldn't import. So I had issues with that, so I decided to use the block programming language, but it's the similar code. And so now what we'll do is we'll look at the model that I used and generated for several letters that you sign. So this is the machine learning environment for the sign language. What I've done is I've created 51 images for H, 52 images for I, 50 again for O, and then for E I have 51. I've trained the model and it works quite well. E has been very difficult for me. I've had to change E several times just due to it just not picking up the knuckles, I think, as I did it. So that is the machine learning part, and you can see the training graph there. So this is the PictoBlox program that says the letters that you sign. So I've decided to do it in blocks rather than in Python, because in Python, when I tried it in module 9, the CV2 module didn't import for me, so it didn't run the second time. So I've decided to use blocks, but the code is very similar. So in this case, I've loaded up the a machine learning environment and the text to speech, and I have the model that we built earlier, and we open up the recognition window, turn on the camera, analyze the web camera, and if it says E, then the text to speech will say E, H will say H, I, and O, and then it will do O. So I will do it. I've had great difficulty to get it to identify E for some strange reason. It can do the other ones perfectly fine, but I've had to change E several times. The standard E was this. I've had to try and change it to this. Now set up an E like that, and even at that, it's the model is finding it very difficult to spot that. But I'll just show you how it works.
O.
That's L, and then H, and then E. This is my version of E. So E is working actually this time, so that's E. So we have H, E, L, L again, and then O.